Check. Oh snap. Are we in? Check. Hello. Oh yeah. Sign into chat. Okay. Check, check. Cool. Hello. Let's see what we got. What we got? Is my wife? Nope, that is not right. Cohen. What the hell is that? Oh, it's me. Okie dokie. How's it going? Check the levels. How's the mic sounding? Mic sounding all right? It's been a while. Just turn the gain like all the way up. Yo, check. All right, tight. Do I have everything? Oh, you know what? My ink. Here we go. Alright, we're cool. We're good. We live. Live direct. I have a Samus. That's just like a personal Samus piece. And then a commission. Got a Tauntaun here to ink. My hair looks nuts. Absolutely nuts. Yeah. Ooh, we're just gonna start inking. It's been a while. Probably gonna be using this G-nib and some other accoutrements today. Got a bunch of cool shit. So many cool things to check out today. I got so many new books. It's been a while, so we're gonna look at some of these guys today too. Some stuff that I've been looking at lately. Man, this book right here though. When we started off looking at this sweet thing right here. This is the new Corto Maltese. Can't wait till my Nosebleed 2 comes in the mail. Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, we'll look at some Nosebleed 2 in a couple minutes too. I actually just started Nosebleed 3. It's already, I have most of it outlined, and yeah, gonna start just started thumbnailing it. So thanks a lot, Cova's Lookout, whoever you are. Delusional Hobo, what's up? Good to see you back at it again. I know, man. I'm so sorry. I've been gone for a minute. You gotta go to bed. No worries. But hang out for like a little bit. But yeah. Hold up. I don't want to like start the stream with Nosebleed 2, but there it is. Look how big it is too. It's like gigantic. This book's huge. So we'll look at this later too. But let's start out with some stuff that's been inspiring me lately. This book right here, absolutely amazing. New Corto Maltese from Bastien Vivier. Right up my alley. You know me. I love me some French comics. This book is awesome. It's like a sexier Corto. He's just like he's like a playboy. He's like an actual pirate in this one, but I just love what Bastien Vivier does. Like, it's so hard to put into words what he does. He just looks so cool and effortless. Like, this is just completely just, it looks like it's just so effortless and easy to do for him. The things that he really just like takes out and leaves in. This is probably like one of my favorite panels in this book. I mean, it's just masterclass storytelling, and I know it doesn't look like much, but oh my god, dude, it's just, I don't know, it's just really cool. It's hard to really, like I said, it's really hard to put into words the things that I like, so I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to get better at that, so I can actually analyze this stuff. But yeah, there's some cool moments in this book. Let's skip towards the action. Okay, here we go. Hold up. Where's some cool, I mean, look at this panel right here. Crazy panel. I just love black, white, and gray comics. To me, I feel like doing less with more is always awesome. Look at his face. In my humble opinion. Oh, so sick. But look, just like, there's emotion there. There's like heavy blacks, heavy inks and everything going on here. This is another one. I'd never have like the guts to do this. This is just like crazy to me. But it's simple, you know what I mean? This is great. Woo, look at that panel. Also, this paper feels amazing. Yeah, I mean, if you can get your hands on a copy of this, definitely do it. For me, man, I buy Bastien Vives's stuff for the, look at all this art right here. I buy it for like the effortless look to his books. I mean, this cover too is amazing. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to spoil it, but it's in French anyway, so I guess I'm not really spoiling anything. But yeah, I read this. It reads really well too. Man, it's just good. I don't know, man. It's just good. Just good stuff. I wish I could draw like this. I wish I could draw this like loose and simple. So this is how do you say it? Laurent de Babillon, maybe. Butchered that, I'm sure. Another book I've been really digging is The Human Target with Tom King and Greg Smallwood. This book is absolute treasure to look at. It's drawn in like a 60s advertising style. It's so cool. Super pop art looking stuff here. This is the first Tom King thing I've ever read, and Tom King's pretty awesome. I don't know. I know I've heard some bad things about his Batman stories. I heard they're very boring. Not a lot happens, but in like a noir, this is basically like a detective noir comic, but with superheroes. So I'm already into that just based off of like the noir stuff. But I mean, come on, man! Look at these cool ass colors. Look at this. Look at this. So like, I'm gonna steal a lot of like what he's doing in this book for Nosebleed, because I kind of want to expand the one tone approach that I'm doing in Nosebleed. I'm not gonna add more tones, but I just want to push it more for book 3. But man, I just love how he's really good at choosing his faces, like the shots that he's using for like the faces. And it just stuff like this is so cool, like leaving this outline around like objects. This is a great page. If I had monologue, I mean, it's such a cool thing to do when you have monologues. Kind of shove everything, keep them kind of separated, you know. Gotta keep it separated. But yeah, I mean, come on, man. Look at this. I love flows. I love flowy comic book pages. But yeah, this shit rules. Good story so far. Kind of slow. Kind of like a Chandler novel, if you've ever read any Raymond Chandler. I'm currently reading some of that right now. Wait, let me show you this page. This page is pretty awesome. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's one of those books that's definitely like overwritten a little bit, but all the words are really good, so I don't really like mind reading it. There's certain like superhero books where like writers try to sound very smart and they're just writing superhero stuff, and I don't really like that, but this works because it's like a noir, so it's like there should be a lot of like, you know, slick talking characters. But I love this panel right here, just like all the fist. And then I don't want to spoil. Ooh, actually, love that. Hold up and flatten it. Yo, what's up, B? Looking at The Human Target right now. Greg Smallwood and Tom King. Just a gorgeous looking book, man. Good story so far too. I thought this was going to be a one and done. So I actually need to go get the second volume because I'm almost done with this one. But man, it's just giving me a lot of things I want to try. But like, oh god damn these faces, man. He's so good at drawing faces. He's just, yeah, Greg, so many writers are guilty of, overwriting? Yeah. It's pretty annoying. I think we might be on a little bit of a delay, which is also going to be very annoying, but whatever. This is cool. I also really like just like these color choices too in this book. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I can like incorporate from this into Nosebleed, but I want to try to do something like just like these cool like outlines, like so it almost looks like it's like cut and paste. I don't know, but I feel like it would look completely different. This is more of like a pop art, graphic design comic. But my god, these faces. Oh. But I guess with this kind of book, man, you really got to make sure you nail all the faces too, you know? Because it's mostly just people talking. So that's the Human Target. Can't wait to finish reading this. What else did I drag out today? I dragged out... Okay. I've had this series of books for forever. I got this off of, I got this like probably like 2013. Like I got the full set based off a recommendation from, I saw it on like Brandon Graham's Royal Boiler Tumblr. But I just whipped these back out the other day because I've been trying to get better at drawing like rubble. And like I opened this book up just like on a whim, and first page is literally just exactly what I need to be studying. And this book is cool. It's very short. It's only like, I think it's like 10, how many books is it? 9 books. 9 books, and it's really simple manga. It's like clearly from a dude that got his start in like the 70s, even though this book came out in like 89. But I miss when Viz would put out these like thick comic collections of like manga. This is basically kind of what I'm trying to do at Nosebleed. Is like I just want like a thick, each issue to be like a thick ass, you know, comic size comic. That makes any sense. But this book's cool. I read it like once or twice, and every periodically I'll just open it. I'll just open it up just to kind of look at it, because it's an action manga. There's like really cool like speed line stuff going on here. Really cool, interesting like mech designs. But I mostly really like it for these characters. The way that the characters are all drawn. They're very strangely drawn. They're drawn in that like 70s style of manga. I forget the artist that everybody's doing their version of at this era, because everybody for like the longest was doing Tezuka, and then I want to say like Battleship Yamato. I think he started this kind of style of like really long noses, really long anatomy. But there's some cool shit that happens in this book. Really, really cool shit. Like, hold up. So let's skip ahead. Great cover, by the way. Great. Grisate. There's some, hold up. Okay, so this is, look at this. I've been like studying the crap out of this page, this panel right here. Akira also has some really good, like things shattering, basically. But oh, look at these speed lines. Yeah, I don't love the mechs in this book, but they are all like super interesting looking. But yeah, this shit rules right here. So I've been studying this a lot. This is cool too. But yeah, man, go pick out. Oh, look at this. This is another good panel. Boom. If you really want to flex, draw a tank. Draw a tank in motion. That's how you flex. So, I don't know, man. This is just classic. I guess this is sign-in, the classic sign-in stuff. But yeah, like I said, I don't love the mechs, and this mech is cool, but all the other ones are kind of goofy looking. But yeah, check this out. I got all of these for probably like $20. All right, let's get some inking done. So today, I gotta ink this, or I get to ink this. Cool little Tintin commission that I just whipped up today. Tintin running from a mummy? I almost said zombie. And yeah, I've been trying to just have fun with these commissions that I've been getting. And then this, just like a little, I'm just gonna warm up with this real quick. Crackle-wackle. Oh shit. Alright. So, how was your Halloween? Halloween was okay. I live on the 4th floor walk up, so nobody really came, you know what I mean? I don't think even people were giving out candy in the building. But it was nice, living in New York is cool because the kids out here still trick or treat, and I've lived in cities, the past couple cities I've lived in, it's kids don't care about Halloween anymore. So in Chicago, hardly anybody would trick or treat, man. And I lived in a very family heavy neighborhood. It was so strange. So I just kind of gave up on Halloween, but it was really cool to see all the kids in Harlem getting after it. But so I did a little bit of walking around. I took a train somewhere, and I saw a bunch of kids on the train in costumes, and then when I got off the train, there were all these teenagers out, and that was when I got freaked out, because I was oh yeah, it's Halloween. Kids are gonna be out doing dumb shit. So I very quickly walked home. Because I was just gonna just post up somewhere and just kind of take in Halloween. But then I was wait a second, I'm not gonna get jumped by some fucking dumbass kids on Halloween. But how was yours? Did you guys go trick or treating? Trick or treating? I haven't obviously streamed in a while. I kind of forgot how hard it is to talk and ink at the same time. Anyway, this is supposed to just be a warm-up anyway, so I'm gonna try and not spend too much time on this. And I'm actually gonna whip out, I've been trying to get some practice in with the G pen. Where is it? So let's whip this out too. Cause I'm getting, I know I've been, oh my god, look at all this ink. It just went everywhere. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Look at this. Not good. I'm a big fan of, big fan of the, what are they called? Tombos. Love me some Tombos. But I got burned on the last couple that I got. Shits were all dead, dude. So we'll see. I got really mad. And I was like, you know what? F these Tombos, yo. Because I remembered, I was like, you know, I got all these fucking G pens that I never used. So I'm going to use these for a little bit. But the thing with the G pen is that it's a little hard to control. I think I just have to like slow down, because with the Tombow I can ink like super fast. But what's been going on with you guys, man? How's everybody doing? How's everybody been? The thing that I'm kind of learning with using the G nib is that you have to pull, or the lines look a lot better when you pull, like when you pull them. Hey, Russ. No, I'm just streaming. What's up? You wanna come on? Oh, hey, look at who it is, everybody.
Here in January.
What the hell is that? Where is that?
It's in upstate New York.
Upstate New York. It's gonna be freezing.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna be all cozy inside.
Did we
There's a
do
hot
this
tub.
before?
Yeah, there's a hot tub.
Alright. We can do that. I'm just gonna get drunk the whole time.
Okay, good.
Remember we went to Canada?
Yeah. Wasn't that great?
It's pretty cool. Except for that was an Airbnb. I don't want to stay at an Airbnb, and I'm getting creeped out by them.
Or
I just feel like we're on some weird dark web
hopefully.
thing. I don't know. Alright. I should probably start inking that commission. Because right now I'm having a little too much fun inking this. I don't know, man. I don't love these things. I hate these things, kind of. Cause like I don't like the scratchy. I don't really love the scratchy feeling that these nibs give you. I like the smoothness. I fucked that one up really badly. Holy crap. Let's try that again. Yeah, let's try that again. That looks horrible. What's your theory on inking? Do you use different tools depending on the piece or comic? What's your go-to? My go-to is anything smooth. So like a brush. That's what I primarily have used for like the longest time. Like a brush or like a brush pen. Tombos. Use those guys a lot because they're kind of like felt tip. I love like a nice felt tip pen. I can just skate. You know what I mean? I can just like really just like kind of cruise when I'm inking with like one of these guys. I don't like microns. For kind of the same reason I don't really like this nib. Because I just don't like the feeling of them. But I know it's just like a feeling you just kind of gotta get used to. But yeah, you know, I typically try to stay in that brush line look. But yeah, I try to switch it up though. Try to learn something new. But yeah, you know, like if you're inking buildings, or I guess I'm not gonna say what to do. I'm just gonna speak for me personally. But when I ink buildings, I try to use something thinner, or like backgrounds that aren't really important. I try to use something a little bit thinner. But yeah, you know, I just try to mix it up as much as you can, just to keep it kind of interesting. Like I should have used a thin line there, but it's okay. But basically, anything you can kind of do to just like find the thing that you really like, that gets you excited to ink, because inking can be it can be very like nerve-wracking, especially like if you labor over like pencils. And then like it comes time to ink and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna ruin this. Like, that's why I got into using a brush, because it really helps you just kind of get over the preciousness of what you're doing. Whereas like a nib or like microns kind of keep you precious. They keep you kind of, you know, like a little stiff, I feel like. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, I don't know. Try to find like who do the guys, like all the guys and girls that I liked that made comics, they all used brushes or like brush-like tools. So I wanted that look, so that's why I chose to go with brushes and things like that. But yeah, I'd say like I'll look up to see what follow-up question you asked. But if you're looking for like a tool to start with, just look at like your people that you like, and just whatever tool that they use, like try to use that tool. Let's see. I feel that I really into using brushes. I've mainly used the Winsor Newton 3s and some brush pens and microns. I spend more time inking, and I usually leave my pencils loose. Oh, nice. What's your work? Do we follow each other? Oof, yeah. I used to buy the Winsor Newtons too, man. Those things are. They're really cool, but I got burned on those too, so I stopped buying those. And stopped buying those. But I do love like a good Winsor Newton. Especially when you take good care of it, man. Sometimes they last for forever. Let's see. I like this guy a lot. Princeton round number 2. Keep this guy on handy too. But I don't know. I also been taking some cues from what's his name, Klaus Janson a lot. Where like you kind of like I've been experimenting with like rags and like tissue paper, kind of using that to get like a dry brush effect. But definitely could be playing more. So I'm trying to play more, as I'm literally not playing at all right now. Spend more time inking and usually my pencils. Yeah, man. What's your or whoever you are, I want to see your work. Post the link. Post the link. Oh, that's too messy. Holy shit. Is my Mac gonna... I'm back with Kimbat. Hold up, I gotta get my charger. Yo, I got to, Alright, I gotta start inking that commission. I'm having too much fun. Okay, we're good. I can DM you my website. I have a few free webcomics I made this past year on there, and most recent comic on there as well. Oh, tight. I feel pretty warm. You can feel free to post a link to your work. I don't care. You can do it in the chat. What's going on, B? I did like a very cute, very cute, a super duper cute Supergirl commission yesterday that like I'm a little bit worried to like post because it's like just really cute. Like I'm trying to think of like how am I gonna post this and to be like, hey, like this is cute for a reason because it's for the commissioners, not the commissioner, but the person that commissioned me. It's like for their daughter. So it might actually just be one of those pieces I just don't end up posting because it's a little too, it's not too cute, but it's just like, I don't know if like my fan base or, you know, people that follow me are going to want to see that. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's pretty cute. It's very cute. Here, I can show you. Oh, fucking ink on my hands.
Where the hell is it?
So, I think it's too cute to post, but I could be wrong. But yeah, this is it. So it's like a black Supergirl playing with some like snow owls in the Arctic. But it's for like a 9-year-old, you know what I mean? I think she's even younger than that. I think she's like 6. So I wanted to try to make it, you know, cute. But yeah, now I gotta color this fucking thing. But yeah, I really like the hair. I like the background. But yeah. Super duper cute. Alright, let's ink some Tintin. Because this is playtime. Really? Alright. I thought it was going to be like Sailor Moon anime style. No, I'm kind of saying no to that because fucking that Megan Thee Stallion job I did that for, and I was just like, why did I bend? Like they're like, oh, you draw like kind of manga. Like everybody thinks I draw like manga style, and I'm like, I love manga, don't get me wrong, but I would not call what I do manga-esque at all. But when I got that job, I turned it in, and then they're like, actually, do you think you could make this more like manga-esque? And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you know, big eyes. So kind of say no to those gigs now, because I'm like, look, man, you gotta hire me for me. Like I don't know what you want. Like hire a manga artist. There's like a ton of them, you know. The international job is not going great. I don't think I'm gonna be there much longer. I probably should stop saying that because I've been saying that for the last like 6 months and I'm still there. So it's just a very confusing job, and I just keep turning in work and yeah. That's about all I can say. Alright, I gotta use a little bit of a thinner. Gotta use a little bit of a thinner line for this. But I'm having fun right now. But yeah, for some odd reason, man, people are like, they see my stuff. I remember this lady in recently was like, oh yeah, you have like a, she was like, I forgot what she said, but she was like, something about, you know, my stuff looks just very like anime influence. I'm like, huh, I'll take it, but I don't see that, but whatever. It's crazy how mainstream manga has become. Yeah, I know. Like, it's crazy how easy it is for kids to just watch anime now. Like, growing up, you either had to just be like spoon-fed anime, like from what like the networks would, you know, show, or like you either had to go to like, what was that place called Suncoast and like the mall, and like just kind of wing it, basically, getting like some crazy shit. Like there wasn't like YouTube and stuff back then, but somehow people, I mean, there was definitely stuff on the internet, but it was mostly like like hentai. But yeah, like now it's just like so easy to just watch anime. Like that's why it's like like people are like I'm an anime nerd. It's like, nah, I mean, you're just into anime, which is cool. Like growing up, like you were a fucking nerd if you liked that shit, because you had to like really go out and like find that shit. But I don't want to be a gatekeeper. I don't want to sound like a gatekeeper. You know what I mean? But it is cool. Like, it is cool that I can literally just get on Hulu or something and just like watch, or especially on YouTube, man. Somebody, oh my god, I found, every time I'm on there, man, I just find something new, that I've never heard of or never seen. But I just remember being like so proud back in the day, like, oh, I watched X, Or like, oh, I saw Trigun before. I never even knew. I guess I stopped watching Toonami by the time that they started putting out Trigun. I didn't know that Toonami aired Trigun. I think that might have been at like the tail end of like Toonami's like reign. Because by that time I was like definitely not watching anime. I was like, I'm emo. I like hardcore bands. Yeah, Netflix and Hulu really saved anime. Oh yeah, for sure. They definitely like brought it back. Because before that, it was like Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll is a bunch of like fuckboys, dude. They like overdrafted my PayPal account, so I don't fuck with Crunchyroll. And Funimation did too. Like, both of those people are like super predatory. Like, they somehow were able to like keep charging my one of my PayPal accounts, and even though there's like no money in it. So I remember like logging into like a PayPal like account, and I was like, what the fuck, how is this $150 like overdrafted? And I looked, and it was like Funimation's been charging me for like 6 months. I was like, I thought I totally like canceled that, and apparently it did not. Oh shit, the sweet baby Thanos wants to come in, everybody. Alright, hold up. Hi, do you want to come in? Thanos is in the building, everybody. Let's see, may have been on Adult Swim. Emo and anime go hand in hand. That is true, they do. Oh my god, my fucking cat. Dude, go lay down. Come on. You just got in here. Not cool. Oh my god. Thanos. Alright, hold up. Sorry, guys. Thanos, go lay down. such a goofball. Emo and anime, I think goth or like new metal in anime. I think emo kids are like too cool for anime. I don't think those two actually go together. Upon second thought. Let's see. At this VRV, oh yeah, is it gone? At this point, it's hard for me to keep up with anime, so I just read the manga nowadays. Like Dan is getting super hyped now, which I'm happy about, but I was up on the manga a while back. Dude, I actually just started watching Dan on Netflix. And it's pretty crazy. It kind of reminds me of Fully Cooley, so I'm kind of into it. I like Ghost. I like the idea of Ghost versus aliens. Really cool. But yeah, I hear you on that, because there is so much, man. Like, how does the Dan manga look? Because Jujutsu Kaisen got me, because I was like, I watched some of the show and I was like, all right, this is really sick. But like, let me go check out the manga, and the manga looks, it's like Attack on Titan. It's crazy. It's just like, yo, this looks like dog shit. Like, no offense to the mangaka, but I was like, yo, I'm not buying this. This looks like horseshit. Once again, you know, I hold mangaka to a different standard, you know? But to all the kids I've talked to about Jujutsu Kaisen, I mean, they love that shit. And I'm not sure if they just love the anime. Dan is super great. Okay, I'll check it out. Verve is gone. Wow, when did that happen? Dan is super great. VRV is how I saw Bee and Puppy Cat. Oh, nice. I still haven't watched the Netflix version of Bee and Puppy Cat. I feel like that show is like a modern day Evangelion, because it's just like there's all these different versions of it. I watched like the first episode of Bee and Puppy Cat, and it was literally just like a remake of the first episode, and I was like, well, I've literally seen this like a billion times. Like, I was very much obsessed with Bee and Puppy Cat, so I kind of was like, well, been here, done that. So if this is just like literally a remake, then I don't really want to sit through it.
Daddy, did she get fed yet?
Nope.
I will feed her.
you make it? Oh. I was like, I'm on stream.
I know. Are you hungry, little one?
Are you making bacon? I think she's making bacon. Hold up, I have to check. Are you cooking bacon?
Yeah.
Tight. Is bacon getting cooked? Very excited for that. Too bad. That show's long awaited follow-up was kind of a wet fart. Really? Jujutsu Kaisen is mainly hyped because of its anime. I was like you and watched the anime first and then read the manga. It was disappointing. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I guess they're just like so desperate for, you know, to fill in that void that Bleach and Naruto. I guess they're just like, we need hits, man. Because it's like, shit now will get like everything, like, they'll do like one volume of a manga and like all of a sudden it's like an international hit because it has like an anime. Like, they did that with like Demon Slayer too, and I was like, I went to go look at that because I saw like the anime and I was like, there's already a fucking movie? Like, this just came out. And then I went to go like look at the manga and I was like, this looks like a first year mangaka. I mean, it got better as the volume like progressed and shit, but I was like, man, this looks kind of like dog shit. God, I hope I don't sound like a prick, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't like it. And not because it's like, you know, it's new or anything like that. But yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird seeing it's weird seeing how like American comic book artists have like adopted a lot of like the manga because of like approach to comics and stuff. And I feel like now like American cartoonists and like kids on like webtoons are like making better looking manga than mangaka are. It's just weird to me. But that I mean, I'm not trying to shit talk anybody, obviously, but I'm just an observation I've kind of came to. When I lived in Chicago, I would go to like the library. I fell really, really in love with the library there. And I was like, all right, dude, I gotta get out before I become like a grandpa in this shit. Like, let's go get a bunch of like, I looked up like every like hot new like manga that was out, and I got like a ton of like #1 volumes of shit. And I don't think I finished a single one. It was crazy. I just did not connect to any of the art. I even got the my boy Matsumoto what the fuck is Musashi Kishimoto, his new thing. I remember watching Bee and Puppy Cat a long ass time ago when I was mainly on YouTube. I'm surprised it's still going on. Yeah, that's how I saw it too. I saw it on YouTube. But yeah, I just didn't like any of the new manga that came out, and still don't. But I don't know. Next time I get paid, I want to go to there's a Kinokuniya by us, and shit. Hold up. Sorry, I'm like thinking and talking at the same time. There's a Kinokuniya by us, And I kind of want to go try it again. Just, you know, just go buy a bunch of number ones. And just like see what's up. Because I don't like to fall behind on shit like that. But a lot of the even the French comic book artists too are starting to draw. Like it's like everybody, like the second generation of all these countries that were kind of known for like tight, perfect art. Like the new generation are like, fuck that, dude. Like we're not dying at the drawing board. Like, you know what I mean? Like there aren't that many. Like all the guys that are like still kind of drawing in that very highly detailed, you know, way. You look at them and they're like older people, you know. Like when I was over in France, I was like, what's like new? Like what's like the new hot thing on the street? And like everything they showed me was like cool, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't what I was like accustomed to of like a French comic book, you know. You know what I'm saying? But I do think it's just like the new generation has much more of a grip on like, you know, work-life balance more than the generation before them, you know. All right, I gotta give up that small pen. This face. Demon Slayer reminded me of a short Naruto. Yeah, I don't think it ran that long. I think Demon Slayer ran for like 5 years or something, but it had so much. Sorry, I had to concentrate on that mouth. That's what he said. Yeah. Come on, motherfucker. I probably should have honestly been using this G pen the whole time. Sorry, 1 second. Let me think. Okay, I got it. Oh my god, sweet baby Thanos is trying to get yelled at. is wrong with my fucking cat? Hey man, you gotta chill the fuck out. Did she? Awesome. Oh, shit. The cat's driving me nuts. Okay, she's chilling. She's in the box. Thank God. Do you guys want to see Thanos? We gotta get Thanos cam. Alright. Let's see. The generation that was inspired by anime and then inspired by Adventure Time wave is what we're in. Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised we didn't like see that with our generation. Like nobody was trying to draw like, you know, Powerpuff style. You know? Like you don't see anybody like trying to draw like Gennady Tartakovsky or, and I mean he like ran my childhood, American style anyway, or like Bruce Timm. It's weird you don't see that. You don't see any like Bruce Timm clones. Who else used to get like stoked on Cartoon Fridays? That shit ruled. Thanos was good. We were already drawing anime and image style like Joe Mad or Capcom. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, you know what's cool is you know, you're in a dollar bin and you run across like a Joe Mad clone or like a Bangus clone. The only thing that sucks about those comics is that they're colored. The coloring on those comics are just so atrocious. But that was a cool, you know, it was a cool era that I was not reading. But every time I see any of that stuff, I'm always just like, oh man, this is so almost cool. The coloring, man, just really ruined those books. Like I got a recent-ish buy was I got the Lone Wolf and Cub 20 whatever the hell it's called, 2049 or something like that. Shit. And that book is drawn really cool, but you know, it's like I'll never read this past this issue because the colors are so bad. It's the dawn of computer color. Yeah, those guys were not accounting for, I guess, the paper or something. Jim Rugg has talked about it a bunch. Well, that's annoying. I kind of finally figured out how to. Hold up. It was the dawn of computer coloring. Sounds like the start of a movie. I had to take a break as all things kayfabe related made me sad after Ed Piskor passed. Does he have an online presence in some way still? I think he still posts on Instagram. But yeah, same man. R.I.P. Ed Piskor, even though you were very mean. Presences. Definitely it's weird without that dude being here. It's like your cranky uncle dying. And you're like, man, I didn't really like that motherfucker, but now that he's gone, this is weird. Thanksgiving's kind of dull, you know? I mean, like, video series or podcasts? No, I don't think I think he said, last thing I think I saw from Jim, I think he said he's like writing a book. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I get bummed out. Definitely get bummed out thinking about that shit. Oh shit. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Alright. Where's the correct Tombo at? But yeah, we don't have to talk about. Oh my god, see, both of these effing things, man. Oh, there's another book I wanted to show you guys. Did I tell you? Have I streamed since? Okay, I guess I haven't streamed in a while. Went to New York Comic Con. Did I talk about that? New York Comic Con was intense. Haven't streamed in a while. Okay. New York Comic Con was crazy. Like, I was there mostly just like hanging out with my buddy Tyrell. He came. He had a table there, and so just mostly just kind of keeping him company. He was staying with me. I just got off the back of doing back-to-back really bad shows. So like I did PCX like the week before New York Comic Con, and it was like really bad. I think I made like $50 at PCX. Like it was really bad. Like it was a very well attended show, but it was like mostly attended by like art students and shit. So like I thought I was doing bad, but I talked to everybody, and everybody was like, "Yeah, man, that shit was brutal." Such a really good show. It's put on by an amazing group of people, but yeah, for some odd reason, like that was bad. That was really bad. So, and I think the show I did before that was it was like Chicago Zine Fest. So I did that before moving out to New York, and like that wasn't great either. Man, it was just back-to-back bad shows. So I was really like, my buddy's coming here from Chicago. The New York Comic Con table is not cheap. I think it's like $500. So I was just like, man, like, and me and my buddy Tyrell, we're tight, right? But like, we've never like hung out like that, you know? So I'm like, I really hope that this con goes good for this dude, so he's not just like, in a bad mood, and like I don't know how to deal with this guy being in like a bad mood, and then he's staying at my house. I was just like, oh my god, please let this go well for this dude. And luckily it did. It went really well for him. He did like a bunch of commissions beforehand, so he was like, yeah, I already made my table, so everything else is just extra. So I was like, oh, bet. I was like, oh, thank God, because I don't know. I mean, it's like your friends like staying with you. You're like, oh man, I hope this goes well. It's like, I hope this doesn't end our friendship. But luckily that didn't happen. But so yeah, New York Comic Con was crazy, man. It's just packed. Artist Alley is just crazy. Just crazy. We sat next to the guy that did the original Goosebumps covers. Really nice guy. And super nice guy. Fan base was like going ape shit. Like people would literally like walk past the table and then like double take. And they're like, holy shit, my childhood. Like it was really fun to see like that guy kind of getting his props. And I even did it too, because like he introduced himself. Like me and Tyrell were just like kind of shooting the shit, like waiting for like the con to kind of start, and he just kind of came up to us and was just like, oh hey, my name's John, whatever the fuck, really nice to meet you guys, like hope the con goes really well. And I was like, yeah, thanks man, whatever. And then like I turned and looked and I saw his table and I was like, oh shit. I was like, yo, you're the guy. And he's like, yep, this happens to me a lot. I was like, oh man, that's so cool. Like, I love your work. You know? And he was really cool to hang out with. For like, that con is literally like 5 days long, man. There are lulls, and like the lulls were pretty gnarly. But it's just, you have to, like, the thing I learned about New York Comic Con is like, you can't go with like a humble setup. Like you gotta really bring it with the setup, because everybody there has like an insane setup. Like it's crazy, bro. Like otherwise, like you're just gonna be sitting there at an empty table, man. Like so next year, I'm gonna get a table just so I can, like, you know, kind of scratch it off the list of just so I can kind of mark it off the list of shows that I've done. And it won't be too, it'll be expensive just to get the table, but I literally live in New York, so it won't cost me too much money. So I'm gonna do it, and sign up for that shit. But yeah, it was cool. Coolest part of New York Comic Con, like there's like a little lounge area, and I was just kind of going back there, and I go back there and Scott Snyder's back there signing literally a mountain of Batman, absolute Batman #1s or whatever. And I just kind of like jokingly was just like, I was like, I'm just gonna say like something to him. So like I kind of looked over, because he looked beat, he looked tired, man. It looked like torture what they were doing to him. You know what I mean? Like it did not look fun. So I kind of tried to just like lighten the mood. I was like, hey man, like you need a hand? What? And he like looked up. He like looked up at me, like laughed, and was just like, you know, like, come over here. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, come here. And I was like, okay. So I like sauntered over there, and me and him just started talking. We just like talked for 30 minutes, like literally just 30 minutes just talking about comics. And his wife is a doctor and my fiance is a doctor, so we talked about that. I talked about New York, just shooting the shit. And the guy was like the nicest guy of all time. And I always like that. Like I love that shit, man. When you meet, you know, he's the superstar, man. Like he's like, you know, modern day Frank Miller, basically. Like, you know, as far as like, you know, commanding, and you know, just his presence and what he's done for. I sound like a spokesperson for him, but you know, he's a big fucking deal. And like, you know, usually when you meet dudes that are like big fucking deals like that, you can't talk to them. You know what I mean? You can't be shooting the shit with those guys. But he was just like the nicest, sweetest guy. Like, and we sat there and just chatted for a while. And he was like, "So what are you doing, man? Like, you trying to work for, you know, you trying to work for the big two?" And literally, I had to stop myself from going, "Yeah, right." I was just like, "Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd like to do that somehow." Because I'm trying to get better at just being less self-deprecating when I'm around people. And you know, like my first like gut reaction to being asked that question was to just be like, "Yeah, right. It'll never fucking happen. Like they would never." But I was like, yeah, totally. Like, I would love to. And he was like, "That's cool, man. Like, what do you do?" And another, like, funny thing was, like, my editor on that I hired for Nosebleed, like, takes his class. Like, he does like a free kind of like drawing workshop or whatever, or writing workshop. And oh, hey, how's it going, Raphael? Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Brazil, let's go. Brazil rules. So she had actually given him a copy of Nosebleed because he did like a signing, and she sent me this picture one day of like her and Scott Snyder like posing in front of Nosebleed, and I was like, what the fuck? She was like, yeah, I gave him a copy of Nosebleed. And I was like, oh God, why'd you do that? She was like, yeah, just don't worry about it. I just gave him a copy. So I was just like, oh my God. But so I told him that. I was like, oh yeah, you have one of my books. My editor takes like your writing class, and she met you at a signing and gave you a copy. And he was like, no shit, really? I was like, yeah, it's called Nosebleed. He's like, oh, okay, like, yeah, when I'm home, I'll go look in the collection, see if I got it, and I'll read it. And I was like, oh shit, cool, man. And then I promptly got the fuck out of there before I overstayed my welcome. But that was a highlight of the show. I also talked to, who else did I talk to at that show? Talked to, man, what's that guy's name? Matteo Scalera was really nice. Like, Jeff Darrow was really nice. I've met Jeff Darrow like a billion times, and he's either in a really good social mood, or he's like, kind of like bummed out or something. So luckily he was in a really good mood. And I don't mean that like to trash the man or anything. It's just, he's either happy or he's not happy. So he was really happy. He had a humongous line the entire time, so I think he was happy for that. But who else was really cool? Nathan Fox was awesome to talk to. But yeah, man, like, a lot of these comic book artists, man, and like people in comics, like, you gotta realize, like, when you're that big, being nice is like since Scott Snyder did that, like, I'll be a Scott Snyder supporter forever now because of how like nice and like humble he was, right? Like, that shit goes so far, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I met some other people at that show, and they're, fucking jerks for like no reason. And it's just like, man, you really don't realize just like you being a nice person to people that are like buying your shit really goes a very long way. And it's something that you should never forget, basically. But some of these guys do, man. Like, some of these guys don't realize just like, it's really simple. Just like, out of work jerks since they shut down Chippendales. That's right. Yeah, just like, be nice. It's just really not that hard. And like, I'm personally kind of over the whole like, oh, watch out for such and such. He's a cranky guy. It's like, well, fuck him. He shouldn't be here then. Like, don't invite him to the thing where he has to get praised all day if he's uncomfortable with that. Like, don't invite him. But it's like, fuck him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck those people. Like, I'm not gonna sit up there and, walk away from a thing being like, was I weird to the guy that everybody knows is an asshole? Like, you know what I mean? So, I generally, one person who I know is an asshole, and I'm a really big fan of his art, and I've stayed away from him for years because I've heard how much of a dickhead he is. I ended up running into him at an after party, and I just was drunk. You know, I'd been drinking, so I saw him. I was like, "Oh shit, hey, what's up, man?" And he's just like, "Hey." I was like, "Yo, like, I'm not trying to make it weird, but I love your work, and been following you since DeviantArt." And he's like, "That's cool, man," and just was like looking around, and I was like, "Oh man, you are a dick. God damn it! I knew I shouldn't have said anything to him. Just a fucking asshole." I won't say who it was, but not cool. But at least in that instance, it's like, oh, I already knew this guy was a fucking dickhead. But one of the after parties I went to was hilarious. It was like in this like fancy like dance club that like for like the first like hour or two, it was just all comic people, and then it just turned into like they opened it up to like the general public, and it just became like a dance party. So like all these people were kind of coming in, like all the comic book people like left immediately, and like me and my buddy stayed for a little bit and just kind of danced with people and shot the shit. And I got to see what it's like to be single. Oh my god, it's horrible out there. This one girl, my buddy was like charming up. She was like, buy me a drink. And I was like, no, I'm probably about to like leave pretty soon. She's like, you're not gonna buy me a drink? I was like, no, I'm cool. Like, and she turned to my buddy. She's like, will you buy me a drink? Like, he's not gonna fucking do it. And he's like, I guess I'll buy you a drink. And then she went to go, like, so we started talking more and like kind of like just shooting the shit. She seemed pretty cool, kind of. She's one of those girls that like clearly has been like single for like a really long time, so they're just like kind of mean, like single people can just be like mean because they think like negging is kind of like a thing. So you have to like neg them back, and that kind of worked. It like helped like break the ice and just. So after that, I started just kind of just making fun of her because I was like, I have nothing to lose. Like I already have someone at home, and that worked. And then she like kind of mellowed out, and then she was like, hey, like I'm gonna go get some more drinks. Like, you want one? And I was like, oh sure, I'll take a whiskey. And then she goes up to the bar, goes to grab a whiskey, and then as she comes back, she goes, oh hey, I got the drinks, but I just realized like, why am I buying you a drink? Like you should be buying me a drink. And I thought she was joking. I was like, oh. That's funny. That's like a reference to earlier. And she was like, no, I'm like serious. And then she like took the whiskey she got me and just like chugged it and then just like slumped away to a table. I was like, okay, you're a fucking psycho. Oh man, it was rough. And then my buddy like kept trying to like kind of like get with her. And then at one point I like just like left to go into the other rooms and just kind of like dance and just like vibe out. And he comes up to me, he's like, yo, that bitch was crazy. I was like, yeah, dude. He's like, she kept asking me to go buy her a fucking drink. I was like, yeah, she's the reason why she's probably single, man. Yeah, it's tough out there though. I got buddies that are like still single, man. I feel so bad. And then you go out there and you're like, oh my god, this is horrific. Nobody's happy. Nobody's happy out there. It's tough out there. Yes, it is, my friend. Alright, so here comes the hard part. I'm pretty much just going to do like a giant swath of black over here, maybe over here. I didn't really plan out my spotting. Oh my god, I didn't spot my blacks before just kind of jumping into this, but it should be okay. Should be alright. We'll be able to figure this out. But I gotta tell you, man, sitting at a table, there'd be these like moments where it would just be so packed with people, right? Like people are literally smashed up against your table. It's like so packed, but they're literally just so overwhelmed that they're just trying to get through. So like, you know, they might stop and like look at your shit for a little bit. Or they'll look at the person next to you, and they'll like look at their work, and then they'll be like, "Well, I don't want any of this shit," and then they just kind of keep their eyes forward. And it's like the most brutal thing, but it's like I feel for the customer at these comic shows because there's just so much shit going on. Like I don't know how anyone sells anything at these like gigantic shows, because like just walking through it is just so like stressful, because it's literally people sitting there staring at you just being like, please look at this shit that I brought, and you're like, that is really cool, but like I'm just not interested, or like I didn't bring a lot of money with me. I'm also tabling, so I'm definitely not buying anything. But just like from like the customer standpoint, man, I'm like, God, like how is this is not conducive to just like new customer shit. It's just so overstimulating. There has to be like a different approach to that, because you can't like, because at first you get mad at the people that are there. Like you're just like, man, what the fuck? You don't like this? Like, because a lot of times at like these big shows, like a lot of people will just kind of come over to like Artist Alley, and like you'll see like the stuff that they bought, and it's just like trades of shit that they could buy anywhere. So like they'll go into like the main hall first and kind of buy, you know, very cheap trades, which is really nice. Like some of the comic shops that are there at these shows, man, they're just trying to unload shit. So like you can get some really good deals on like some trades and books and stuff. So I get it, but then like they'll like come to your table and they'll have like lightsabers, or like, you know, just like toy, like modern day toys that you can get at like Walmart. It's like, you bought that? You spent $70 to get into the show to buy a toy that you can literally get at like Walmart. It's so strange. So you get mad at them, but it's just like, okay, like it's not their fault somehow. Like I don't want to blame the customer. I want to blame like, I don't know who to blame, but I gotta blame somebody. But next year, you know, I'm gonna do it, so I really gotta like plan the setup. And I took a bunch of notes, took a bunch of pictures of people's like cool setups, but like you really cannot go in there with like a humble setup. Even the people that are like super known, man, like you gotta make sure your ass sticks out. It's just a show of that size. Yeah, that, and even at like the smaller shows though, man, it'll still be like, I think it's like the people also kind of aren't as open to like new IPs, or like you have to have fan art, because like the fan art will like drag the person to If you like, and I experimented with it at I did Philly Zine Fest this past weekend, and with that one, like I brought, since it's like autumn or whatever, fall, I brought an over the garden wall print that I made like forever ago. I brought like I made like a small version of that and brought that with me, and people would literally see it and like run over to the table, look at it, and then, you know, would either stay or they would be like, oh, this is really cool, cute, and buy it and then leave. Or, you know what I mean? It's just like you have to have fan art. Like you can't be this cool guy that's just like, oh, do fan art. Like, it's like, well, have fun taking all that shit home. Yeah, you just have to. So, because I was going to try to step away from it again, but nope. That Philly Zine Fest proved it. I was like, all right, every show you got to at least have one piece of fan art. Because that print kind of saved me. I had like it was just selling it for like $5 and I sold like a decent amount of them. Hard to be intimate and chatted. It's not catered toward artist alley experience being good. Yeah, it's really not. I think. Sorry, let me read the rest of this. Really, I guess fan art is the buoy, but when I went to shows, I was always interested in the original ideas more and wasn't impressed with fan art. Yeah, me too. But there's also this weird thing too with that I think shows need to focus on, like, the user experience is definitely like key, right? Like people, like the audience being there and everything. Oh, jeez, I feel like I'm about to pass out. That's definitely very important. But I feel like another thing that's also very important is taking care of like the artists, like making sure that like pretty much like while you're there, like especially at a show that big, like New York Comic Con, luckily they gave you food passes, like, but you know, it was like I think they gave you like $20 to like $30 a day of like food passes. Which pretty much got you like, you know, one thing of like chicken tenders, basically. But like, I think these should really focus on just like making sure the artists are as happy as possible, because like outside of that, man, like you're in a shitty part of New York. I feel like they should just give you free food. Like, you should get free food. Like, they had free coffee, but like every time I went to get some, it was always gone. I really think you should just focus, like there should be as much focus on like keeping the people that paid, you know, crazy amount of money to be there for a bunch of days. Like, those people should be happy. Like, you know what I mean? Because then, like, if you're not selling shit, but like you're well fed, you're caffeinated, you can at least still be kind of having a good time, you know? Which is gonna reflect, because I think that's like the big thing. It's like, if you can't get any food because food's too expensive, and what else am I trying to say? You know, you're not making sales. It's just, you're just having a shitty time, and you're gonna give off that vibe of like, because you already have like a desperate vibe when you're tabling. You know what I mean? You have that vibe of like, please look at my shit. Like, pretty please come look at this stuff. And that can kind of turn people off. But it gets even worse when, you know, yeah, the location is really fucking bad. It's like you're out in like Hell's Kitchen, basically. You're like surrounded by nothing. Like there's nothing cool there. There's nothing cool to eat. It's horrible. But I think just focus on that too, man. Like keeping your keeping the people that paid $500 like happy. Like the artist lounge sucked. You know, kind of sucked. There was never food back there. Basically the only thing that was back there was just like a water, like you can just get some free water. It was nice having, they gave you your own private bathroom, but it was just the bathroom that the dock workers used. So it wasn't like that nice, you know what I mean? But it was nice not to have to sit in like a crazy line just to go pee. But yeah, I don't know. I think if you're paying a table fee, personally, I think they should be they should be walking by with sandwiches. You know who's really good about that? Heroes Con. Heroes Con had an awesome green room. The green room at Heroes Con shredded. They had hoagies, chips, Red Bulls. It was nuts, dude. You were in heaven for the 4 days. That was probably like the best green room experience I've had. Every other show basically kind of stinks. You're kind of just basically on your own. Philly Zine Fest, they had on like the email that they sent out, they're like, free food and drinks will be provided to vendors. And you get there and they're like, oh yeah, we couldn't figure that out, so yeah, we're just not doing that. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Why didn't you send out a follow-up email? I was like, I didn't bring any food or water because I figured you guys were gonna hook it up because you said you were. Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know. Shows are weird. This is a horrible time to be doing shows because like nobody has money. But like you still have to do. Okay, what are we looking at? I'll tell you a hack though. How to make the show experience go better, especially if you're tabling by yourself, man. Outside of obviously talk to people when they come anywhere near your table. Get you some headphones, some earbuds. This shit saved my life, dude. I was literally listening to music most of the show. So that way, like, you can just kind of like, you can vibe out. Like, you can just be like vibing out. And like, it kind of helps you just kind of ignore the fact that it helps you kind of get away from the fact that like you might be getting ignored, which is, you know, I don't like that feeling. I kind of hate that feeling personally, but I think some other people are better at handling it. I don't really like it, but so that's my latest hack of tabling, especially when you're with yourself or you know, try to talk to the people tabling around you too, man. Just the big thing that I'm kind of learning the more and more that I do shows over the years is like, this is not the time to be the hot guy standing on the wall. This is not the time to be sitting pretty, you know? This is the time to talk. Alright. So let's figure out this back wall. Cause sometimes, man, you get blessed. You get to table next to some cool people. They got good conversation. Because you're gonna need it, man. There's those fucking lulls suck. Nothing worse than a Comic-Con lull. Alright, so I'm gonna have to break up these walls. Pretty cool. But yeah, the headphones, man. I'm telling you guys. Next show you go to, just put one in. Oh, game changer. Game changer. Hope you're tabling next to someone. Not the time to be a wallflower, exactly. We'll get a booth baby. I'm trying to take note of like my friends that are like my female friends that are attractive and can talk to people. I'm like, yo, you want to just come to the show with me and just get people to come to the table? Because I don't want to do it. And all my books have, you know, dead bodies on the covers and shit. I went hard with the covers for Nosebleed and Urges. And for some odd reason, people don't mind it. But the people that are into it, and the people that are not into it are not into it. And it's kind of funny to watch, because they'll just like, you know, like saunter over, and they're like, oh, okay, wow. And I'm like, yeah. Like when you're doing like a, you know, horror science fiction book, you kind of forget. And it's like, oh yeah, horror's niche. I thought everybody liked scary shit. I'm like, oh yeah. This is a very niche thing that I'm doing. Alright. The mummy popping out. Gotta go hard with covers. You don't think headphones will make people think you don't want to be talked to? No, you just keep one in. You keep one in, and it's a little earbuds. You can't even really like see it. Yeah, I think if you got, you know, headphones on, like, yeah, that's definitely not the move. But one earbud, you're golden. Let's get some of these hieroglyphics going. Yeah. Not like headphones. I mean, if you're cool enough to be able to pull that off, hats off to you. It just kept me in a good mood. Having a headphone in and just playing some music. Right now, just Nosebleed 3, man. Trying to get some more commissions. Yeah, just trying to score some more commissions. But yeah, mostly just focusing on Nosebleed 3. I want this one to come out. This one took 8 months. So trying to make this one come out in 7. Which is still a really, really fucking long time, but hey, Brazil is back. What's up, Raphael? That and still doing some traveling, man. Ugh. Traveling's great, obviously, but I never would have thought that traveling can get tiring. I just moved my mom to Missouri from Atlanta, Georgia, basically. Me and my brother came in, moved her whole house, and drove 15 hours straight to get to Missouri in one night. It was crazy. Would not suggest doing that. But I also was just like, I gotta go. So we gotta make sure this trip is like one and done. Is this like a cover? No, this is just a commission. I wish I could do 10/10 covers. That'd be awesome. That'd be tight. Yeah, give me some 10/10 covers. I'll do my best. Yeah, my mom is she's a great person. But it's just crazy what parents can, they just bring out this rage. It's like they know how to push your buttons, and I'm not good at just like, my brother's really good at just kind of like sucking up to my mom, basically. Like my brother really like respects my mom. Like he doesn't argue with her. He doesn't, you know, he treats my mom with like the utmost respect. And I don't, which is not good. It's not a good thing to do, but I just can't help it. Like if she's like annoying me, I let her know. Which I think she appreciates. Because I think everybody else just kind of, she has a very commanding presence, my mom. And I think everybody else is kind of like captivated by it. And I'm kind of just like, man, whatever, dude. Fuck that shit. It's not good. I gotta work on it. But she just knows how to push my buttons. Me and her usually go at it pretty hard. But it's all love. I love her a lot, you know. I think she's great. But boy, does she know how to annoy me. Yeah, you know, shout out to your moms. Tell them that you love them, but like I said, I think she likes it that I give her lots of crap. Alright. Hieroglyphics didn't take that long. I was kind of glad. I might have to redo this back. Actually, it kind of looks kind of cool. Alright, actually, hold up. Let me do something real quick. You gotta clean these things when you're not using them. Can't be lazy. Even though they're pretty cheap, but alright. I kinda want to clean this up a little bit more. I gotta just basically just dry brush the rest of that, but it's so funny. It's like every time I think I'm getting really good at like spotting my blacks, you like take a step away and you're like, what the fuck? You can't see anything. It's so annoying.
Here you go, baby. Loaded baked potato soup.
Oh,
Just
cool.
for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Here, look.
Oh wow, it's awesome. Do you want to eat in here?
I already
You already ate.
I have some broccoli roasting too.
Oh, nice.
Where do you want me to put this?
Can you throw it right over there? I'll eat it.
I've got some more leeks to make some more potato soup.
Okay. Thanks.
It's really good.
Looks
Boy.
really good. Boy, I'm almost done.
It's okay, sweetie. I'm going to bed soon.
Yeah, no, I'm tired.
Go to bed early.
All right. Anyway, shout out to the wifey making potato leek soup. Just gotta get in here. Sorry. Alright. That pops a little bit more. Tight. Higher Vossum, what's going on, dude? How you doing? Got a 10-10 running from a mummy. Alright, we actually inked this pretty quickly. Tight, tight. That's what I like to. Because I gotta tell you guys, I'm fucking pooped for some odd reason. Sorry, whatever. You guys don't want to hear that. Nah, man, we're feeling good. I feel good. How you doing there, Higher Vossum? Want it a little bit cleaner around the edges. Alright, so now we're gonna do some dry brush shit. A technique that I've been doing, get yourself a paper towel. Holy shit. Dip that in some ink. You're gonna need like another piece of paper. That you're just gonna kind of wipe off most of the excess off. Till it gets to about like this consistency. See, this is still a little bit too much. Kind of just. You don't want like that basically. That's like way too much ink. This is like the consistency you kind of want. You want it to be kind of even, so let it take. There you go. Alright, so and then you basically just kind of go with the direction of what you're kind of trying to shade. If you have masking fluid, you can mask it so you don't have to be like super duper careful. I like the sponge, but it never really worked. You have to make sure you're using like a. It works better. The sponge works better if it's on like a really gigantic piece. This is pretty small, so it's a little bit harder to control. Alright, so yeah, that looks cool. And then I'm gonna do a little bit over here as well. This is always like the hard part with this because it's like really fun. It's like weathering for like a comic or if you've ever weathered a model kit, it's very easy to like overdo it, and so is this. Because now I just want to do it, you know, all over the place. All right, so that makes it pop a little bit more. Oh my god, I just kind of want to keep going now. This is so hard. Alright, I'm going to walk away from this. Yeah, this is pretty much done. Sort of. I've seen people use a sponge for a cool ink texture effect, like for trees. Yeah. You get a semi-which kind of sponge. I gotta just experiment with more sponges because I've tried it and it's so hard to control, man. But I usually just like for brush for because I need to show off some nosebleeds. So I'll show you what I use for like anytime I have to do like bushes and stuff. I have one brush that I just never clean, pretty much. Alright. This is what's also good about when you're streaming, you can kind of see like where there needs to be more stuff. I kind of think like maybe over there. Alright. So Tintin has black socks. That's the other thing too. But before that, damn, this potato leek soup smells delicious. Let's get in here and shit. Oh yeah, did anybody watch that stupid ass Jake Paul Tyson shit? That was such a poorly scripted fight. The girl fight before that though was fucking awesome. All the fights except for the main event fight were great. But yeah, there was some fuckery at foot with that Mike Tyson fight because if you saw Mike Tyson 5 years ago when he did an exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr., that man looked terrifying. And in this fight, either he really was nervous, he kind of looked nervous. Like Tyson looked a little bit nervous. His corner was horrible. He had a joke for a corner. At one point, they poured vitamin water on his head. You know, they usually have like a water guy just to like keep you, just to like, you know, pour water on you and keep you, cool you down a little bit from the fight. Just had a dude with fucking vitamin water. Just poured a bunch of vitamin water on top of Tyson's head. That was when I almost turned it off. I was like, okay, this is literally a joke. He doesn't even have a proper corner. So I don't know if Tyson was afraid of Jake Paul. I doubt it. Because, you know, the guy's been fighting his entire life and he's pretty nuts. I just can't imagine him being like nervous of a guy that's only has 10 fights. So my theory was either he had nerves because like the crowd was gigantic. You know, it's like a 60,000. You know what I mean? There's like 60,000 people. Mike Tyson hasn't been in the ring like that in, you know, 2 decades. So I can understand if he got nervous from that. But it was just the thing that kind of gave it away as being a fixed fight was the fact that they were talking to each other. Like Tyson kept biting his gloves, but I was like, no, they're talking. Like this is WWE. They're literally talking. And then there's times where like both of them could have taken like insane shots at each other, but they just didn't. So I think they both probably had somewhere in their claws like you cannot knock the other person out. I'm sure there's a clause in there, especially from, you know, Jake's camp of like you can't knock Jake Paul out. You can't do it. It's what everybody wants to see, but you can't do it. And Mike Tyson was probably like, all right, motherfucker, you can't knock me out. But I kind of doubt that Tyson would do that. I don't know, but I just watched an interview with him where he was just like, fuck my legacy, I don't give a shit about that. He's like, I don't care, like that's just some made up bullshit. He's like, all I care about is my kids. So I'm glad that Tyson got paid a boatload of money to basically go out there and throw like 4 punches. But he also did look injured. He looked injured, like for sure. Something's happening here. Need to do something. He didn't look like he had that knee brace on. He didn't look great. Like his feet, he was very flat-footed, which he's normally never flat. You know what I mean? Like in the Roy Jones Jr. fight, like Tyson looked like scary, dude. It was crazy, like what he looked like in that fight. It was nuts. Let's see. But that was also he was scared because he's almost 60. Yeah, too. Yeah, I do think like older fighters, like you get scared. Like the more you've been knocked out, it's scary. Like you don't want to get knocked out. You know, it's not good. Especially, it's not good even if you're like a 20-year-old. It's really not good if you're like that age. And had a health scare a few months before the fight, calling spots. No one will remember this fight, to be honest. Hay was there for all the rounds, so kudos to him being his age and that injured. Yeah, dude, he looked amazing. So it's one of those things that's hard to chalk up to. It's like nerves or the shit was fixed, and I think it was fixed. Just because, like, if you look at go look at like the footage, like they're clearly talking to each other. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is it for Jake Paul. I don't think people are gonna keep falling for these, you know, these gimmicks. You know? Yeah, dude's 58 years old and looks like he's like 30. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to call what went wrong at that fight, other than that it just had to be fixed. Because if it wasn't fixed and he was really that injured and that tired and that old, then Jake Paul should have like knocked him the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like Jake Paul should have literally just KO'd him at that point, but he didn't. You know what I mean? There's so many times where Jake Paul could have just unloaded on Tyson, but he didn't.
I also have some roasted broccoli.
Ooh, really?
Do you not eat that?
I haven't eaten yet. I've been drawing and talking about Mike Tyson. Does this need more? Oh, fuck. Need more black. Cool. Trace and
I think it
paper.
looks really good. The broccoli's really good.
You said the broccoli looks good or the Tintin looks good?
Both. The Tintin looks really good and the broccoli is really good.
Bring me some.
I made a little cilantro sauce today.
Oh, hell yeah. Give me some. I'll take some. Let's see. Here in Brazil, there was a fight between a boxer, world champion, and a reality show winner. The fight didn't even last 1 minute. Was that in the Jake Paul fight? Because they also fought. He fought some dude from Brazil, who's like a reality. He's like the highest, most followed, like Instagram guy, I guess, and he looked great. All right. What do you guys think of that? Do you guys think? I mean, being in good shape doesn't mean you're still athletic or altogether under the hood. A lifetime of injuries. Yeah, true. You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. But I think for a dude who's been fucked over most of his career, I'm kind of glad that that's what's kind of cool about Jake Paul, is that he is getting people paid that have done a lot for like the sport and that have been fucked over. Like he's gotten people paid. I mean, like those girls that are like fighting on his card are probably walking away with crazy amounts of money. So like and I don't really think he's like annoying. I don't know. A lot of people really hate his guts, but I'm just kind of like, whatever. He's like I don't know. I don't spend that much time on YouTube to get annoyed with the guy, I guess. But he is doing good things. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, this is another thing I kind of wanted to try. I need to see if I just need to do this. Like, he's doing good things for boxers. He's just playing the heel, basically.
Hey, this week. A little fiber for you.
Thanks, baby. Alright.
Your soup is getting cold, Lawrence.
What do you think of this?
Ooh.
Is that what needs to happen?
Maybe. I mean, it's hard to tell without being colored. You think it's like unbalanced without it?
Yeah. There's it without it. And then
No, I don't think so. That looks kind of weird.
does it?
What is that supposed to be?
Just shadow.
I say color it first,
Okay.
and then adjust as needed.
Alright. Well, I am
So that's a
done.
cool wall.
It is a cool wall, right? I kind of did a lot, so I guess I shouldn't cover it. The fight in the Jake Paul event was a famous Brazilian YouTuber. Okay. Holy shit, I'm tired. Alright. I just kicked over a bunch of comics. Alright, let's finish this up. I'm gonna show you guys Nosebleed 2 and then we're gonna get the heck out of here. Right, 2 hours? Cool.
Also, sweetie, how's your credit score?
Not great, why?
Can we be working on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just saying.
Hmm?
Just saying. That we need to.
Yeah, man. Can we talk about this now?
I don't know.
You have a discussion like this right now?
Your credit score.
You would tell the internet my fucking credit score. It's not great. It was. I really don't feel like getting another brush pen out and just, alright, fuck it, I'm being lazy. This is what happens when I get tired. I just start doing dumb shit like trying to spot blacks with a dried out combo. That Brazilian boxer wasn't bad. The dude that he fought was really good. But I don't think anybody was allowed to knock anybody out because there was times in that Brazilian fight, like the first fight, where that other dude from India could have like knocked that dude the fuck out, and he didn't. But that chick from God damn it, I'm sorry I can't talk right now. The girl from Ireland that was doing the headbutting, that shit was crazy. Did you guys watch all the fight? I watched every single fight. That was crazy. That is like the gnarliest looking gash I've ever seen in a fight. Alright, we gotta end the night because I'm pretty tired. But if you want to keep me streaming, I might actually do some more of this dry brush down here. And I think it's done. I mean, I might do some stuff to make Tintin kind of pop out a little bit more. I'm pretty tired right now. This is my current series I'm working on. It's called Nosebleed. It's about two psychic powered kids getting revenge on their bullies and the fallout from doing that. The consequences of doing that, rather. This just came out. They're both massive books. This one's 48 pages. This one's 44. You can buy them through my Etsy. You can buy both at the same time, and you get a free sketch included in that. They're pretty awesome books. If you like, I don't know, like violence and revenge stories, this is the book for you. Drawn in I think it's a cool style. I don't know. I like it. Some other people like it. Yeah. It's got a lot of gore in it. Very intriguing. It's hard to like talk about your own shit, but I'm trying to make it as intriguing and fun as possible. Second issue builds on the world that I'm kind of establishing in Philly and like the conspiracy behind all these pills and what they're doing to people. Get some cool psychic battles. Some good shit. So I'm pretty proud of this, especially the second one. I just finished it in record time for me. And I'm writing and drawing. And yeah, man, these books are gorgeous. They got a holographic cover, the pearl cover, gorgeous books. So yeah, if you want to support the boy, so I can keep making these goddamn things, go check out my Etsy. Grab yourself a copy of Nosebleed 1 and 2. Now, I'm going to eat some of this broccoli. Anyway, sorry, I'm chewing. What?
Do the dishes.
What? Yeah.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here. You want to get on this string or what?
Good night. I love you.
Bye, I love you too.
How's it?
It's very good.
Is everything really tasty?
Yeah, it's really good. You want to hang out?
Bye. Good night. You're welcome.
You should hang out.
I love you.
People love you. I love you. Alright. That's my fucking wife. She's a nut. She's great. Yeah, check it out. Links in the bio or whatever. I think this is pretty much done. I'm gonna do a little bit more of this dry brush stuff. I kind of want to just finish it now. I don't have to worry about this shit later. Let's see if there's still some ink on this. Yes. Oh shit. See what I'm saying? See how hard this is to stop? It's very fun to do this kind of stuff. Like with this. And I'm just gonna like block out this whole wall. Alright, I need to stop. I just need to chill. I just gotta stop. I gotta walk away. It's hard. Just a little bit more. Alright, I think that's it. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do. Okay, that's it. Alright, we're getting the hell out of here. I'm going to end up ruining this piece. I'm pretty sure it's done. I think this is done. I'll check in the morning, see if I need to add anything else to it. But I think it's done. Alright, I'm out. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. If you were watching and you didn't follow, can you please give the channel a follow, because that'll motivate me to keep streaming. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Wednesday. I'm not doing any more traveling for a while, so I'll be back on the stream shit. Alright, later guys.